Right, in today's session, we will try to work on style sheets, right? So, in part one of CSS, we have covered what is CSS and what are the types, right? So now start away, we will try to implement the snapshot. We'll try to implement the snapshot by using HTML and cascading style sheets, right? Right. For today's session, we will try to implement this internal style sheets, right? Already we know what is inline, right? So now we will see internal style sheets. So for that I will use Notepad++, right? For that I will use Notepad++. So in this Notepad++, I already opened the registration form, right? Which we already created in previous class, simple registration form, right? So now we need to write the internal style sheets, right? So inline style sheets means, suppose if I given here style equal to color colon red, right? Suppose if I given label, for label I have given a style equal to color colon red. That means for this particular label itself, this red color will appear, right? Let us check. So you can observe here this particular label is affected red color, right? So if we use a style attribute, then we can call it as a inline style sheet, right? So I have used the style tag for this label, so I can use for this label also. For any kind of thing, if I use style attribute, then it is defaultly called as inline style sheets, right? So now my intention is I will remove this style color, and this one also I will remove, right? Save it and just, right? So now it is perfectly normal appearance. So for this raw HTML page, that is without using CSS, now we are going to use internal style sheets. So very simply, how to identify internal style sheets means, in head section, if we use this style tag, if we use this style opening and style closing, then it is called style tag, right? Then how to define a style tag means, already we know the syntax. What is the syntax? The syntax is selector parenthesis declaration, in the declaration property colon value. This is the simple syntax, right? So now my selector is, I want to apply a style for heading, right? Heading. This is selector, and I open the parenthesis, right? And my property is color, and I will give the color as cyan, right? I'll simply save it, and right, there is a change, cyan. In the same way, if I want to give a background color, background color. So normally what we will do for background color, I will go here and write background, right? So for this, body open tag background color colon. So I will give background color as yellow. save it and refresh it. So now my intention is I need to display a background image for this HTML page, right? For that, very straightforward. I will apply this one and save it and refresh it, right? So I got the background image, but if you see, if you observe carefully, this background image is repeated many times. This background image is repeated many times, right? So now I want to stop this repetition, right? But that very simple, and I forgot to close here. Closing, you need to observe here, I forgot to close here. Closing, you need to close here, because this particular property need to apply for this body. But as I told, modern browsers will automatically arrange all these things, but it is not a good practice. We need to close it. But now I need to stop the background repetition. For the background repeat colon no repeat, and save it. Now I simply refresh it, right? It's simply, the repetition has been stopped, right? Like this we can do a lot of things. So I don't know, I don't want this one, right? So save it, right? This is the simple way of doing comments in CSS, right? So we don't need this one also. Right, so now what I will do means, now there is another way of copying. Suppose in some location you have seen one background image, it looks nice for you, but it is not in your local drive. Then you have only URL. At that time also I can use this background image URL, and I straight away type the website location, right? So for that I already copied here, copied. So Control C and straight away paste it and refresh it like this. It will appear in this manner, right? So there are two types. Through URL you can capture, through location, through direct the image saved in your local drive. Through this through this through this format also you can show the image in your background, right? So next, now I want to apply label for this label. Suppose for this label I need to apply only for this label itself. Suppose if I apply label is a selector, right? Suppose I have given color red, save, refresh it. What happened? Complete labels all become red color. But I want only this enter username. For this, straightforwardly I need to make only this label itself red color, remaining all should not be in red color. For that, straight away I need to define name. I need to define a label, an ID equal to, I have given uname. Suppose if there is no uname, if you give this particular selector, it automatically apply red to all the labels. But if I want to make only one particular label to red, for that, very simple, I need to use hash, and after that this ID name, hash and this ID name, right? So by seeing this, it will automatically understand, okay, I need to apply only this particular name selector for this property. So it automatically search where is that name, so it find it and it will apply the color to this label, right? So let us check it. Save it. 1 second. Right, 1 second, I need to remove this, otherwise. Now save it. Sorry, id equal to uname. Right, the mistake is I had given name but is uname. Right, save it and refresh it. Right, we got it. Right, so we need to be careful. Sometimes we will forget what we have given. Right, we need to remember what the thing I need to apply, the what type of effect. Right, so like this. So in the same way I can also apply the color for a lot of things. Like if I want to apply color for, suppose if I want to apply a color for some select means drop down list box. So I want to apply a drop down list box border into yellow. So refresh it. You can observe here. This border became yellow, right? And next type of effect is, suppose if I want to apply all the input all the input all the input selector with purple. Refresh it. You can see everything will become a purple, right? So like this we can do a lot of things, right? This is a simple way of using what type of style sheets? Internal style sheets. Then what is the advantage of using this internal style sheets? Means, suppose in your form there is only one h1 tag is there. Suppose if there are 100 h1 tags are there, then you need to apply each h1 tag a style. Then what you will do, if you want to apply all h1 tags into red color, then what we will do with inline, you need to go each and every tag and need to apply style equal to color, like that you need to apply. But through internal style sheets, straight away we will define one selector and I will apply the property with a value. Then automatically what will happen, in the body section wherever it see h1 tag, automatically apply this property and this value. Right, this is the easiest way of writing internal style sheets. Right, and then there is another style sheets is there, that is called external style sheets. It has much more advantage this internal style sheets. Right, so we will see in next session. Thanks for watching.